Alright, I was just saying that one of my favorite things about this event is the lineup for the men's washroom. Alright, so my name's Colin. I'm the sub-captain for Lake Ainslie Fire Department. And you probably won't be able to see this sign. It's kind of small, but I'll read it out to you. It's alright. So, beyond that, I'm also representing Inverness County and Cape Breton in the whole in the 2024 Stair Heroes competition in Halifax. So I'll be going up 36 flights of stairs in full bunker gear. Now, after you're done donating to Breast Fest, of course, with any slush fund you have left over, you can always donate to my campaign. It's in support of lung health, Nova Scotia, and PEI. And what am I missing here? Oh, all donations obviously go to a really good cause as well, just like this. If you're looking to donate, the link is in this week's Iran under letters to editors section, so you can just go there. So enough about me. You're all probably wondering why I'm standing here in bunker gear. Yeah, I thought you would be. My wife says I can only do a certain amount of things, so no stripping tonight. I'm sorry. And that's true. Because next week is Fire Safety Week, which most of the firefighters here will know. I've been asked to do a fire safety presentation for you all. And because I'm the self-proclaimed torch expert of Inverness County, that's what our presentation is going to be on tonight.
Are you on fire?
Not yet. Torch safety. So I'm sure that you all have a torch tucked away somewhere, just in case one of your friends comes over and say, hey, let's go spelunking, or let's look for buried treasure. But it's always, I bet you it's in the back of the closet, and how often do you actually use it? Just like the fire extinguisher, you probably don't use it very often, so it's always good to have a refresher on how to use your torches. So that's what this presentation is going to be about, and pay attention, there will be a test at the end. Tip number 1, lighting the torch. So there's a couple different ways you can light a torch. One is you can use a lighter and just light it on fire. Otherwise, you can use a candle. A lot lower ceiling than I was expecting, but that's okay. Or this is another way you can do it. It's pretty safe. There are safe and unsafe ways of lighting a torch. This one always makes me nervous. So just give me a second. Oh, I can't look. Just use another torch. So there's a couple safe ways of lighting a torch. Now there are also unsafe ways of lighting a torch. And for example, never light yourself on fire. Like that. And if you shouldn't light yourself on fire like that, never light yourself on fire like this. To repeat, for this side of the room, never light yourself on fire like this. That is one unsafe way of lighting the torch. So if you shouldn't light your fingers on fire, And you shouldn't let your arms are on fire. Never, never light your tongue on fire, or else you look like this. Just lights there. So that brings us to tip number 2. So tip number 1 is lighting the torch. Tip number 2, safe handling of fire. Now, I know you all like to impress people with your daredevil fire-eating techniques. But you need to respect fire, because fire can burn. It's a primal element. So that brings us to our very first rule of the night. Can anyone guess what it is? First rule of the night. Any guesses? Well, that would have been nice to know last time. How about rule number 1? Do not play with fire. Now, I know it looks cool when you go like this, or like that, or even like this, but that's not a good idea. Playing with fire is not a good idea. Now, when I was younger, you usually see people walking around down the street, having fun, juggling fire. Try that one again. One more try. Let's see if I can do what I'm trying to do. That's basically it. But I can make it look better, but I can't do it right now. So, like I said, when you're younger, you see people having fun, juggling with fire. But even though those people make fire eating look cool, it's hot. And you could accidentally light something on fire, and then what are you going to do with it? You have to call the firefighter to put it out. So that is rule number 1, don't play with fire. Now we're on to tip 3, which as a firefighter is probably the most important tip that I can give you, how to extinguish a flame. Now there are some safe ways to put out a flame. You can dip it in water, or you can blow it out. So those are some safe ways to give it a flame. And if you wanted something with a little bit more flair, let's see if you can do what I was trying to do before. Now, if you're a little bit more hands-on kind of person, you could always try this. Or that. But then you're kind of bordering on the unsafe way of doing things. Speaking of unsafe ways of doing things, that gets us to rule number 2. Don't do this. So I know what you you might be thinking logically, yeah, if you're thinking common sense, maybe not, but logically, your mouth, it has water in it, and you can put water out, or fire out with water. It doesn't actually compute very well because they go sort of like this. Yeah, instead of doing that, hand it over to a friend. Now you're going to ask, what if I am the friend? What if I have two torches? Well, if you're not supposed to do it with one torch, never do it with two. Well, we're not done yet. Now we're going to do a scenario. This is our interactive part of the night, where I'm going to ask, give out a scenario, and you're going to tell me what you would do in that situation. All right. So let's say you're at a local buskers party in Inverness, because what else is there to do on a Saturday night? And someone comes up to you, passes you a torch that everyone else has been passing along, and then it comes to you. So do you A, pretend to take a bite and pass along to someone else? Do you B, say no thank you, I've already had a light snack? Or C, run to the bathroom and throw it in the toilet? A, B, or C. So this is a show of hands, everyone. I'm just trying to find out how many people are still paying attention. So, A, who would pretend to take a bite and pass it along to someone else? There's one. Okay, good. Who would B, say, no, I don't want to ever have a light snack? There's another couple, okay. And who would C, run to the toilet and throw the torch in and put it out? Well, fantastic. Everyone passed, as long as you didn't choose D. And proclaim to everybody, not only are you going to eat the torch, eat the fire, then you're going to proceed to swallow the torch like a sword. Because no one is crazy enough to do that. And it would look like this. In conclusion, there is no text. I lied about that. It's a dry subject. I just didn't want you to look at that. The more focus you're on me, then better it is the presentation. So, so this is just a refresher because I know you already know your safety tips on eating food. But now you are prepared next time that you want to join an unruly mob and chase someone out of town. You have all your safety techniques, tips, and hopefully that person isn't me. And remember, safety first. So, just as a reiteration, obviously, Breastfest, donate here, but if you do have anything left over, I do take donations. My information is in this week's letters to the editor in the round. Thank you very much, and hopefully I